Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV. Gonna be casting a game between EG.IdrA and Regret. This is a ladder game on North America, so I have no clue who Regret is, but he is playing up against IdrA, so I assume he is pretty darn good. The map is Antiga Shipyards. They do spawn complete cross positions, and IdrA most likely will not be going for a hatch first, while Regret, he may be going for a hatch first, and IdrA won't because, well, he is known to be a macro player, and Regret, he may because IdrA is known to be a macro player. He can take advantage of that because IdrA is not the 1-6 pool, especially on ladder, because that is just a complete waste of time. And he knows that, so he won't be doing any early aggression. So Regret, he could take advantage of that. He is getting an overload right now. Both players getting overloads at 9. IdrA just a little bit behind. That is a little bit odd. You can see about a second and a half behind. It's a little bit odd. The lava is spawning on the same sides because they spawn it in these cross positions. If it was the other ones, right here and right here, then the player in the southern position would have an advantage because the lava would be spawning right here on this side of the hatch, while up here at this base the lava spawns on this side, and it's only a few second difference, but it's not really a big deal. However, some players do think it is. Regret, though, going to be going for his extractor right when he hits 14 supply. IdrA, he is going to let his drone get a few more mining after he hits 14 supply, and I like this from IdrA. Both players probably going to be pulling off gas at 100. Regret may not because he got this as soon as possible. And this, when you get it as soon as you hit 14 supply, then you're going to have like 112 gas, I think, when your pool finishes. So you're going to pull your drones off before your pool finishes, and that's just not optimal. IdrA, because he waited a little bit before he got his extractor, he is going to have exactly 100 gas when his pool finishes. And it's like one of those things that build order, you go 9 overlord, 14 pool, 14 gas, 14 pool, and Regret is doing that. He's following the supply counts, while IdrA, he's using his mind a little bit, inferring, okay, I want 100 gas as soon as my pool finishes, which means I can go like at 14 and a half supply type deal. We see Regret pulling off, but he has 112 when this pool does finish. IdrA, his pool finishes, and he has 100 gas immediately as soon as this finishes. So IdrA just a little bit more optimized, and that is no shock because IdrA is the professional player. And both players going to be doing about the same thing. IdrA with a very nice overlord spread. And did he even go over here? He just got vision, so no creep, and turned his overlord immediately. While Regret, I don't know what he's doing with this one overlord, but it's not optimal. This one overlord there will be coming in. We'll see the creep, and he will know where IdrA is. Both players do have lings coming out. 4 lings versus 4 lings, so IdrA will have 4 lings versus 6 lings, so IdrA will have the advantage. Regret is going to have to pull back. He does have the watchtower, and IdrA's overlords will be seeing those lings run back, and he is going to be chasing them all the way up here. Regret is getting 4 more lings out, so he will have a ling advantage back here. IdrA does have more lings off in the back, so both players will actually have 8 lings, it looks like. Yes, both players do have 8 lings, but IdrA lings are not all there yet. It's all going to come down to who gets the first hit. And here we go, IdrA coming in, and Regret gets the first hit, so he should win this. But IdrA does get good positioning. Regret does pull back. Nice micro from him, but I think that micro could be costing him. He does have speed, but yes, that micro did cost him. You can see he had the first hits, but he has less lings now. The lings are going to run in, try to do damage to that one spine coal, and decide not to. Now going to take out drones and also see that no drones are mining gas, and that is a huge, huge tell. It says, okay, you are playing macro-wise. I don't have to get my spine coal. Regret, he doesn't have that information, so he has to get his spine coal up. Does have 2 queens. This queen going to be down right around the time this one hatch finishes. IdrA's queen was already waiting. So again, just being a little bit more optimized. We do have a lot of lings from Regret moving down to attack IdrA. IdrA has 6 lings on the way with this 1 queen. He should be able to deal with this without taking too many losses. Regret coming in with 11 lings. 9 lings. I was right the first time. 9 lings. The queen is going to come, fend it off. The queen's going to take a few hits, and now the lings are going to come in. The lings do run away for Regret. One going to go for Regret to get into the base, and he's also going to see that IdrA not mining gas. Very good tell. But IdrA, when he did that, he did kill 1 drone. Going in this drone tab, IdrA's actually behind by 2 drones. And also 1 Overlord, but he does have 3 Overlords on the way. IdrA hitting a supply cap and decides, okay, let's just build 3. And I don't see any Roach 1 on the way, so that was definitely a mistake for IdrA being supply capped. That's not something we're used to seeing. And that could cost him. It's never good to be supply capped early game in ZVZ. We do have 2 Spine Claws going up for Regret. That's a little bit odd, especially because he didn't see any Fanelix Nest. And IdrA doesn't even bother getting a Spine Crawler just yet. He was supply capped, trying to eke out any advantage he can. And his Lings are going to have to run away because IdrA cannot win this battle. And there we go, 3 Lings are going to be falling back. He does have a drone lead now. He is going to be getting a Spine Crawler up, but will that be in time? I don't believe so. That is quite a few Lings for Regret. 10 Lings coming out, and IdrA does have 8 on the way with these 3 with the Queen. Should be able to defend against this, but these Lings are going to try to kill this one Spine Crawler. Good cancel by IdrA. Going to immediately start rebuilding that. The Queen is going to be microing back. No! The Lings do scare off those Lings, and IdrA does manage to defend. Both players are going to be taking their third base. IdrA does see his third base, and Regret, his Overlord's not in position to see this, but he does see the ramp, so he should know. We have more Lings for Regret to come in, and he is probably just trying to see what IdrA is up to. And going to turn around. Sees a lot of Lings. He's like, okay, that's not something I can do. We do have IdrA getting a Baneling's Nest, while Regret, does he have one up? No, he doesn't. He goes straight for that Roach one. Is also getting an Evolution Chamber. Does have this double Spine Claw, so that may be why he didn't get a Baneling's Nest, because IdrA, he can defend against mass Lings if they take him by surprise with his Banelings. Regret, he won't have Banelings, so he'll have to use his Spine Claw as IdrA, losing a few Lings, actually only losing 1 Ling after getting caught on that high ground. Very nicely done by IdrA. Regret, though, does have Roaches out. If IdrA had lost all the Lings right there, that would spell trouble for him. IdrA already has the 3rd Queen at this hatch. Regret not building his 3rd Queen yet, and that is also a little bit of a mistake. IdrA built his 3rd Queen at this one hatch, then walked it on over to this hatch. So as soon as this one finished, just like his natural, the Queen was waiting to inject. Regret not doing that, so IdrA just a little bit more optimized, and IdrA is floating quite a bit of minerals. That is a little bit odd. He is not supply capped. He just nearly was. He is starting that +1 missile attack, but Regret does go for 1-1, I think. He can start that. Both players have the lair going. IdrA's lair is just complete, actually. Regret's just starting. IdrA has Roaches on the way, so he is going for just 1 upgrade at a time, while Regret is going to go for 2, and IdrA trying to get a drone in or a Ling in, and he manages to see the Roaches, and that is just about it. And IdrA does have another gas at this one base, so he is going up on 5 gases. Regret is going to start taking out these rocks, but IdrA does pull his Roaches to deal with that, so both players now know, okay, you have Roaches. Regret does have 6 gases as well, so 6 gas may be the magical thing of a 5 gas. 5 gas, not 6, I can count. We do have an Overseer for IdrA going in and seeing that lair. He knows about the double Evo Chamber, and now the Overlord's going to be able to see this natural, going to drop that Changeling. And the Overseer is going to be getting on away, does see the saturation, so he knows that Regret is playing this macro-wise as well. He knows about the 3rd base, but hasn't got to see the worker count. Regret just holding this one watchtower, now sending 1 Ling out to see what IdrA is up to. And it does get on that creep, and the Roach is a little bit out of position. The Ling is going to be getting in, and he will also maybe get into the main. Yes, he will, and this will tell Regret that he is not going for a Muta play. And IdrA also knows that Regret is not going for Muta play because he did get a scout on the main and natural. I guess the Spire could be at this 3rd base, but it is just unlikely. This Overseer, very injured, going to come in, just drop a Changeling, and get on out, trying to inch his way. And no, he was just going to count the drones and see what that saturation looked like. Also, maybe he wanted to see the Extractor. I don't know if he went far enough, but he did get to see the drones and get a count on them. And he probably saw, okay, no drones are mining alone, which means there are 16 drones here. And he has 16 as well. He also has another gas. And he may have not seen this in one Extractor, but he saw this area. And not seeing a drone return gas also tells you, okay, that gas is not up. So IdrA, he knows exactly what his opponent is up to. Both players are getting Hydras, and IdrA is going to kill one of Regret's Overlords. And what I would love to see a Zerg start doing is putting all his Overlords on a hotkey like 0. And then when he decides to move out, he hits whatever generate creep is and creates a highway to his opponent's base. And then after he gets to his opponent's base, he hits that key again. So the creep dissipates, And, well, if his opponent wants to put any pressure on after he defends IdrA's push, there wouldn't be creep going back home. That would slow down his opponent's units while speeding up his own. I think that would be very, very nice. IdrA is holding this one high ground. We do have Regret with pretty much the same thing, but he does have an upgrade advantage. Right now, both players are at 1-1, but you do see Regret's +2 armor does start a little bit sooner because he did go for this double Evo chamber much faster than IdrA. IdrA is going to have a lane go on patrol. It looks like between these three bases, just keeping an eye on this top left side and also the bottom right side. So he is keeping an eye on any Ninja Expos while taking his gold base. A Changeling does come up and immediately gets taken down. Regret just about done his +1 missile. And now he is going to be moving in. It looks like he is trying to hit some type of timing. The Overseer may go down for IdrA. No, wait. It's going to be getting away. And IdrA's going down. This is a big mistake for IdrA that he does not have the concave advantage. We do have Regret with a much larger concave in this battle. IdrA is forced to retreat. There's Hydra stopping. There's Roaches getting a lot of extra hits off. Now IdrA does turn around, but he's already lost a lot. This Overseer better be getting away. Just watching for any type of burrow play, but IdrA doesn't really have any Roaches left, while Regret has Roaches and more Hydras than IdrA. So IdrA is going to be losing this one battle. Does have 27 Roaches on the way, 28 Roaches on the way. He may lose his gold base, but his macro is impeccable. Lost the battle, but still very close in supply. And he is trying to keep that gold base. A few lings here, they may be better off as banelings, but IdrA's money, his gas is so ridiculously low, almost 0 gas. Overseer does go down. IdrA going to be going in for a battle yet again. Does not have the instant concave like Regret does, but IdrA microing his Roaches like a boss. Does get up to those Hydras and may win this battle, but that is a lot of Hydras. Hydras going where they have better concaves. Roaches going in and Regret with some very nice micro, keeping his Hydras in the back. And looks like IdrA does have more supply, going to be going in, and he is going up here and Regret saying, no, 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 I have the high ground. You never want to fight with your units on this ramp. IdrA has done that twice. And whenever you do fight on this ramp, if the opponent's on the low ground, they have a concave. If you're on the ramp and your opponent's on the high ground, they have a concave. So fighting on ramps, very, 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 very bad. IdrA with just pure Roaches, it looks like not getting any more Hydras, while Regret still has a healthy Hydra count at 14. But IdrA has shown us he has some very nice battle micro. Going to be going up both ramps at the same time. Try to get an insta round, and there we go. IdrA is being so aggressive right now. He is at 2-2. Regret is at 2-2 as well. IdrA going in. Will he be able to get all the Roaches? If he does, he may be able to clean up the Hydras. Regret, though, looks like he may just have a little bit too much. IdrA behind us is building 24 Roaches, and Regret reinforcing, and IdrA is going to lose this battle as well. And now he is pulling back 158 supply to 155. This gold base may be falling. IdrA's coming back. If this gold base does fall, his main is almost mined out. You can see the saturation wants to transfer over to the gold base. And now it no longer can. So IdrA's econ is going to take a huge hit. While Regret does have that. IdrA using his changelings to act like a tank. And now he has to win this battle or he loses the game. Very nice micro by Regret. Pushing those Hydras on back. He has so many Roaches, it looks like Regret will be winning this battle, and with this battle, it will be the game, but IdrA is still ahead in supply. I don't know how IdrA is staying ahead in supply, but he is starting to drop it now. That Hydra count is getting very, very, very high, or at least just staying up high, not losing any Hydras. A few Roaches do come in. Regret going to be losing a few of his Hydras, but now here we go. More and more reinforcements come in from Regret, and now IdrA is going to have to stop attacking this. And like I said, he's got a lot of idle drones now. And IdrA just actually leaves the game. So, he is behind by 30 supply. His income is going to be atrocious compared to Regret's. I guess that's understandable that he left. Look at all his macro hatches. Does have double macro hatch right here. Regret only has one. And again, like always, I forgot to have SC2 gears open. So, I'll be opening up now. And we will be going into the replay to look at injects. And we'll go that one battle actually in the middle. So you can see the Hydras just kind of fumble off in the back. Because I think this was the turning point of the game. Should be right around here. Yeah, right here. So we'll look at this battle, and you will see the Hydras for IdrA just kind of doing nothing. see right back here, Hydra's not doing anything now. IdrA is going to be pulling on back. And after he lost all those roaches, it just was not good at all. But let's go back. Let's look at what IdrA lost before the battle and stuff. Let's look at all the unit counts. Regret did hit 200 unit counts. IdrA has a few more roaches. Regret has a few more hydras. But watch. So IdrA's going to come in. And instantaneously, Regret has a nice concave. Mainly because a lot more of his units are hydras. IdrA has a lot of roaches. And roaches don't have the range. So immediately right here, Regret has more DPS. Just because, well, hydras do more. But more units can attack for Regret here. And now Regret is going to start falling into a concave because he has this like area back here. While IdrA, his units in this back right now cannot split out. So you can see a lot of units, but IdrA just kind of wandering in the back, not doing anything. Now he's going to be falling back with his roaches and going to be losing a lot. And then there's one more battle I want to look at. It's like right around here. Right here. So watch IdrA's micro. So these roaches are getting into a concave. You have all these roaches in the back. What's going to happen is you're going to see these roaches. Let me make sure I'm still up in this game. Yeah, I am. So this handful of roaches is going to be moving this way, which allows these roaches to come up here. Going this unit tab, we do see IdrA. He is way behind. He is only up 3 roaches and behind by 15 hydras. But he is pretty cost efficient in this battle due to this micro. And see those roaches coming off, now allowing the concave, and now also getting up close to the hydras. Pretty cool play by IdrA right there, showing us he does have great battle micro, but you can see Regret doing the same thing with his hydras. Ready for the hydras move? You got all these roaches in the back that can't do anything. Hydras do not want to take damage, and Regret, there we go, instantaneously moves those hydras back. And now the roaches now form that wall, and IdrA is forced to pull back. I think maybe he could have fought that battle. I mean, he could have had the concave, but again, Regret has the hydra count. Hydras have more range. So if he's on this ramp, it won't be that bad. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We will be going into SC2 gears now. It's amazing, isn't it, that I can talk and load that up at the same time while watching the game. That is my casting multitasking. So, IdrA, we do have gas spent more, resources spent more. He did spend more that game. Quite a bit more. Going over into the APM. Regret, his EAPM 129, IdrA's at 145. The spamming APM 289 versus 190. Regret has 55% redundancy while IdrA only has 23. IdrA's clicks, they count. 64 macro versus 104 macro, 126 macro, micro versus 184 micro. So I don't know what Regret was doing, but man, is he a spamming beast. Going over into this 10-minute mark, we'll look at the injects. Right at 10 minutes, main building control, IdrA. Ooh, IdrA, I don't like that. 13.4 seconds, right here. Did he use a tumor? That is the question. If he used a tumor, that is fine. It looks like he may have, so we'll go back into the game, and we'll look if IdrA used a tumor early on. So 444. So it looks like IdrA setting this one queen down here so early. Maybe sending it a little bit too early because it's just waiting at that one hatch. This one hatch doesn't have anything going on. This one queen, inject lava, takes 25. So when this hatch finishes, this queen's going to have like 50 energy. So IdrA setting the queen one inject too early down there. And you can see that also hurts him. And with that supply cap at 36, with missing this one inject, his early game was definitely crippled. And that is why using SC2 gears is cool, because it just tells you things like that that definitely, if you're just watching the game casting it, you are gonna miss. It is that simple. But with the power of after game analyzing, you can see all their mistakes. And actually, let's go back to this. Ending, the end of game 19.5 versus 20.5. Let's look at this third base. Both third bases went up around the same time, but IdrA had 2 full injects before Regret had a single inject on his third base. So, IdrA definitely has more lava, but is that good or not? I don't know. I'm assuming it is. He lost the game, but it just shows he could have won. He had more resources spent, had more lava, just bad engagements. Going into this, we do have ability groups. Abilities, nothing really. Units, 93 Hydras versus 28 Hydras. Regret building a lot more Hydras. 235 Roaches versus 452 Roaches. Holy cow, IdrA. You build a lot of Roaches. 191 drones versus 137. Going to the end of this game, we will be looking at the lost. So we can see IdrA, he is losing around 4k more. It's not that much considering he spent, let's see, IdrA spent, let's look at it, 8, 10. So he spent 10k more than his opponent and only lost 4k more. So IdrA, still being cost efficient. I'm really surprised that IdrA lost the game with how much he spent and what the little, loss differential is. And I guess we can look at IdrA's hotkeys because he does block those out while he streams. So maybe someone wants to look at those. Going to IdrA's hotkeys. Do have units on 1 and 2. He keeps his Overseer on 3. Looks like this is just a scouting one. All hatches on 4. Queen, queens, queen. So very nice from IdrA. So he does the 55V, 66V, 77V. So he has his queens hotkeyed, and he keeps all his hatches. Each queen on base. So the base where he has macro hatches, he just puts both queens here because he can hit 55VVV and inject all of those. Pretty cool from IdrA. This one queen in the main has quite a bit of energy. Regret 87, 103. So IdrA's main queen, not as good. 62, 41. So Regret looks like he may actually have better injecting. His queens have lower energy. But IdrA, he knows that. He's like, okay, I'm going to make some mistakes. I may be microing during a battle, start gathering energy, so I just do macro hatches. And this, definitely very, very nice. I love that play. I can't say it enough. The only thing I wish I would see is Overlord spreading creep more, like IdrA's doing right here, except have them on a hotkey. So, say IdrA goes off and attacks. That attack goes horribly. He loses his units. He hits the Overlord hotkey, it stops vomiting the creep. There's no longer a highway between the two bases, which means when his opponent goes to attack him, he doesn't have the movement speed. So it allows IdrA to have the movement speed and reinforcement movement speed, while it allows his opponent, when he goes for the counterattack, to not have any movement speed bonus. I think it's revolutionary. But also, you can lose a lot of Overlords that way, so I can understand why it doesn't happen. But I just think it would be one of the cutest plays ever, and I'm sure TLO is going to be doing it one day. I can almost bet you, because I've seen him do it in ZVP with his Roach timing attacks against EG.IdrA. Of course, he doesn't stop vomiting the creep, because he doesn't have to, but he uses it to instantly make a highway. So guys, hope you enjoyed the cast, take care, and I will see you actually later today. I'm going to be doing multiple casts today, so it won't be tomorrow. If you want to see me more, you can see me more. Peace out, don't forget to subscribe, spread the news, all that good jazz. Ciao.